So my plan is to just turn it as close to you as possible. And if you want to talk this way, and then I will not speak. Except to say, go team. And
Are you doing the hammer or my phone hammer?
I may not be able to do both keyboard and the. Unless you want me to give you like a real fast.
Even though they're released. I guess that I went a handful of adult leagues where it's better to have fewer people, so get rid of all those guys. Nathan. Yeah, he's got back there last Sunday. That's the full month. Look at that. Self out.
Drive me home. Why not you?
So there.
He knows. He feels bad for you too. This is true. Slash, he needs to drive him home. Are you streaming now? Yeah, but no one's watching because I haven't shared the link. Zero. It's not though. It's really not. We'll be late. It's fine. It's live, but I haven't shared the link yet. So we're testing the sound.
Yeah.
It's, I went to college. I know things. Meanwhile, we're testing the sound. That's how I listen to my music.
So, yeah.
Okay, so we are
I went to
good.
college.
I
know things.
I will be quiet.
You
The
know
only
what?
thing we don't have
I'm
is
testing
I
the.
think I ran out of my demo options with the scoreboard, so you'll just have to push this. And I'll update it in the comments.
That's how I listen to my music.
Game 2 between New Richmond Tigers and the Ames Flyers. Just getting underway. First period. New Richmond down. Ames Flyers in the white jersey. Jace Barber with the puck there along the far boards for the Flyers. Now New Richmond brings it back down into the Flyers' end. Puck loose out in the high slot, gets set down by Avery, but it goes wide of the net. And RJ will send it around behind the net for the far boards to Luke. Luke gets it out of the zone. New Richmond pushes it back in offside. There'll be a stoppage.
I think I lost my. I was living off of a free version.
Face-off draw taken by Grace. Puck gets sent down into the New Richmond end. Richmond into the Flyers end, takes a shot, saved by Avery.
Good job, Avery.
He's turning.
I gotta do my thing.
I think you should make a bulky save. Bulky save.
I will.
Hi. That's his right for
Face-off draw to the right of Avery. One back by Richmond. Puck sent down in the hand of it.
I'm just posting it.
She just got me a beer.
But there's like a 2-minute delay, so keep.
Then rebounds off Avery. And
Tigers score by number 4. No. Correction. Scored by number 24. Power. Correction. Yeah, assisted by number 24. Oh, Bosco.
What? I thought this was going to be in now.
so Leander with it. Up into center ice. New Richmond gets it back into the Flyers end. Drew pushes it up into center of Caitlin. RJ to the far boards to gather.
Some of us want to drink after.
RJ off the far board, back in the center ice. Puck held in by Drew.
Come on, Drew.
New Richmond grabs it at their own blue line, skates it out to center right.
Nice. Oh, man.
Down the first shot, and then rebound was knocked in.
Oh.
Yeah, Bruno Richmond, number 1. Twin Lightnings. Hey, 50 by the news. Strengthening.
Richmond clears it out. Warner picks it up, sends it cross ice back into the zone. New Richmond with it in their own near corner, sends it behind their own net. Into the far corner, Luke pressuring. Puck slides past, and it's going to go down the length of the ice for icing.
Take it.
Face-off coming to the right. That's the New Richmond goalie. Caitlin right in for the face-off draw. Wins the puck back. Soren Smith passes it up to Caitlin. Caitlin pushes it down into the near corner.
But I'm pretty sure.
New Richmond tried to send it around the far for the near boards, but it's cut off by Evan Brim. Puck clears the New Richmond zone on the far side.
It's not even coming through on that sleeve.
Side of New Richmond.
There is a pretty like a program that was in the 270. I don't know that you look them. I don't know what's really But for now,
2-0. New Richmond enters the Flowers and takes a shot on goal, but it gets deflected into the third base stick and goes into the corner. Soren Smith on the far side. Caitlin takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Soren still chasing after it. New Richmond's going to come up with it and clear it out to center. RJ stopped it at the blue line.
good job, buddy.
It's going to be offside on New Richmond. There's no delay in this. So as soon as it crosses to offside, it's not like the older groups where they haven't had opportunity to clear the zone first. Flyers ice the puck, and then it'll come back down to the Flyers end now.
That's okay. I see lots of this terrible.
And for the face-off, one back by New Richmond. Puck kept inside the zone. Avery plays it into the near corner.
Like, that's all, right?
Far more, still helping out. Grace now back to it. Centering feed, shot, block, rebound off the crossbar. Third shot goes wide of the net.
So,
RJ sends it up along the near boards. Drew picks it up at the blue.
go, Drew, go!
Drew across the defender, shoots, and stopped by the goal.
My scoreboard isn't working.
Yeah.
If you want to just hold the laptop, I can hold the camera, and then you can talk to them.
Okay. Yeah. Which way's easier? What side?
It might work if we switch. Sorry, everyone. I don't sit on the floor. Can you occasionally check into that stream and make sure the sounds okay?
Yeah.
And
Great. Now the room's doing it. Okay, she has to be able to see it though.
All right. A little bit of repositioning here. 8 minutes left, first period. Centering feed goes out of the zone. RJ's going to chase after it along the near boards. Gathers it inside the Flyer zone. Pass up to Jace Barber. Has it taken off his stick. New Richmond comes back into the Flyer zone. Centering feed gets cut off there by Leander. Puck out to middle. It's going to be offside, though, as Flyers get in just before the puck due. 7:27 left in the first period. New Richmond's up 2-0. Puck into the New Richmond zone. Looks like Soren over there gets a centering feed. Puck stopped, though, underneath the goalie's pad. Gets a favorable whistle, and face-off will come to the right of the New Richmond goalie. Caitlin Wright into the face-off draw has Evan Grimm, Sorensen, Grace, one other defender. New Richmond coming down, take the shot, blocked to corner by Avery. New Richmond gathers it up, but now Sorensen's got it. Pass up to Caitlin, bounces off her skate, and New Richmond will control it momentarily at center ice before Sorensen gets it back. No whistle there as the puck's loose. New Richmond now through center, has just RJ back on defense. Leander's coming back. Shot into the chest of Avery, and he'll glove it for a whistle. 6:30 now left in the first period.
Oh, goalie love. Who's going to Soren or Sorensen?
I don't know. What did I say? Did I?
Should Will Barber? I say that all the time.
No. I'm just creating a new name for Soren.
Oh, Soren Smith.
I've been told I just called it Sorensen. Learning names. My man. Drew battling for the puck, far boards in the New Richmond zone.
Center.
Puck clears out. Leander will pass it back to RJ. Gets it up to Drew. Drew around one defender. Drew the feet of a second one. Adrian with an opportunity, but gets stuffed away by the goalie. Battling in the near corner. Looks like New Richmond's going to come out with it. Tries to clear, but Leander holds it in. Still inside the zone as Flyers had it for a second, and now it'll clear out. Richmond sends it down the length of the ice. Should be icing. And it's going to go back down into the New Richmond zone. 5:33 now left in the first period. New Richmond's leading 2-0.
Good.
Puck bouncing around on the face-off circle, and New Richmond's going to come out of the zone now with a 1-on-0 breakaway towards Avery. Avery blocks that one there. Rebound comes back towards Avery. Avery pushes the way to the near corner, and that
You can only stop so many, Avery. Good job. Don't you shake your head at me. I can. Good one. Good one.
All right, Jace Barber in for the face-off draw. 5:14 left here. Richmond now up 3-0. Jace gets the puck at the blue line into the New Richmond zone, skates towards the net, gets tripped up. No arms in the air, though, so play continues. New Richmond into the Flyers end. RJ back on defense. Forces a shot wide. New Richmond, top of the slot, put the shot in. Avery Gloves hangs on to it. 4:44 left in the first. Jace Barber in for the face-off draw, has it bounce around his feet, comes out with it now, pushes it up. 3-on-1, developing. If Colton stays on side, but it's going to be offside. Play stopped. Come back out to the neutral zone.
Super. Man, there's some good music in this place.
I know.
Jace Barber in again for the face-off draw. Puck won back by New Richmond, sent up along the far boards. Colton will recover it now at center ice.
Nice.
Sends it to the near boards. Puck
It's
floating around in the neutral zone, now carried up into the Flyers end, top of the far circle, bottom of the far circle, and a one-time pass over goes lifted in over Avery's pad on the backdoor side. Or 11 remaining in the first period. Score is now 4-0. RJ throws it off the far boards and it clears down into the New Richmond end. Caitlin chasing after it.
Nice.
Attempt by New Richmond, held in by Brem. Brem shoots, deflects off a defensive player out front, bounces around in the high slot, but New Richmond's going to come out with it now. New Richmond into the Flyers end, across the blue line. Tough angle shot goes across the crease and into the near side.
Great.
New Richmond holds it in at the blue line point.
especially stuff.
RJ ends up with it behind Avery, bounces off the referee's skate, and Soren chasing after it. Still held in the zone by New Richmond. Shot pass goes wide of the net into the near corner. Clearing attempt near side, held in.
Go.
Leander sends it around the far boards, still held in by
Good job, RJs.
New Richmond, but now Soren with it has it poked off his stick at center ice. Leander has it. Now RJ up the near boards. Nobody's up there except for New Richmond to send it back down towards the Flyers zone.
Oh.
Soren's got it now, chasing after it. Gonna get it into the New Richmond zone. Puck floats down into the far quarter. New Richmond plays it around to the near side. And they're able to clear. Puck scoots past Race, and New Richmond in with a shot from the slot. Gets knocked off the stick just at the last second. Adrian along the far boards gets knocked down as he's trying to clear the puck. Pass attempt there, and over Avery's shoulder. Goes in from just about the hash marks on the near circle. Move out. Face off one back by the Flyers. Leander had it along the near boards for a moment, but New Richmond will take it back into the Flyers end. Puck slides over into the far corner. Centering feed cut off by Drew. Puck clears the zone to center. Offside by New Richmond will bring the puck back out to the neutral zone. 1:21 left in the first period. Scores 5-0. Face off one back by New Richmond. They send it deep into the Flyers zone. RJ gets to it first in the far corner. Clearing attempt cut off by Richmond. Second clearing attempt held in at the point by New Richmond. Puck loose, top of the slot. RJ will get it out this time along the far boards. Pushing it all the way down into the New Richmond. 1 minute left in the first period. As play continues behind the New Richmond net. They started up along the near boards. Into the Flyer zone, centering pass, shot, blocked by Avery, and held on to. Face off won by the Flyers. Puck gets out to neutralize as Jace Carver chases after it. New Richmond controls it. Just able to stay onside there is number 88 to jump back onside. Wraparound attempt. Puck's out center. Goes wide of the net to the far corner. 27 seconds remaining. Shot goes off the side of the net. Another wraparound attempt. Gets blocked by Avery as they put it in on goal. Puck clears out to center. Five seconds. New Richmond into the zone, blockered down by Avery. And that'll end the period. So at the end of the first, score is 5-0.
For the coastal court now. Hold on. Is the hockey ball franchise. So here, sandwich now. Enjoy it. We're stick your post. Place it on your poster. Vote who you think has the best in the here. And get your raffle tickets in, place in the basket, and good luck to all.
All right, start of the second period. Caitlin in for the face-off draw. One back by New Richmond, but controlled by the Flyers, and Flyers will be offside. Caitlin out there with Soren and Evan for forwards, and Leander and RJ back on defense. Leander able to knock it off of the stick of New Richmond player. New Richmond controls it now into the Flyer zone. Shot goes wide of the net into the near corner. Centering feed cut off by RJ. RJ plays it up along the near boards. Going to be held in, though, by New Richmond. Second clearing attempt. Held in, deflects over across the blue line. It still hasn't actually made it out of zone. Now it has, as Soren had it for a second. New Richmond back into the Flyers end. Takes a shot. Blocked by Avery. Deflects up off the glass behind the net. Centering feed goes across the crease. New Richmond with it still. Shot in on net. Loose. Able to get cleared out. Evan's got it. Evan through center ice has Caitlin and Soren with them. Puck still loose inside the New Richmond and Soren after it. Soren will skate around behind the New Richmond net with it. Centering feed gets blocked out up to the point. Looks like Leander with a shot gets blocked out front by a New Richmond defender. New Richmond down towards the Flyers end. 3-on-1 gets around RJ. Pass across to the open end, and goal easily put in behind the backside of Avery. 6-0 here in the second period with 13:21 remaining. Drew in for the face-off draw.
New Richmond rules governed by Randy Long.
Gets shot in behind Avery. New Richmond still has it into the far corner down in the Flyer zone. Looks like Adrian grabs it, skates it out of the zone, gets through the center with it, loses it off the stick for a second. Puck stalled out in front of the Flyers bench. New Richmond now looking to clear it out, but it's going to go the length for icing. Puck comes back down to the left-hand side of the New Richmond building. Could do a running clock when this goal differential is 6 or more. Puck held into the New Richmond zone by the Flyers. Now it clears out to center. New Richmond will pick it up at the red line and skate back with RJ back defending. Shot from
Yeah.
The middle of the glove by Avery and held on to.
Boy, see my door.
That's my boy. Avery getting some praise from the announcer and celebrating as well. New Richmond passes up to the point, sends it back down along the far boards. New Richmond controls it, but they'll lose it just right at the blue line, and it comes out with Colton chasing after it. Going to be sent in for an offside. Face-off draw taken by Jace Barber. New Richmond pushes it into the Flyer zone. Grace picks it up, though, and pushes it out to the center line. Now she snags it into the New Richmond zone, but New Richmond's able to clear it out, send it back down. It looks like Warner now chasing after it.
No, he's fine, guys. He's fine.
Warner sends it around behind the Flyers net into the near corner. New Richmond had it back behind the net again, but Warner will send it up along the near side again. It's bouncing around. Puck comes feet past Avery.
Let's go, Flyers!
Caitlin taking the face-off draw there. Soren grabs it, gets it into New Richmond in. Centering feed goes all the way across. In the far corner, New Richmond will clear it out of their zone. Evan tried to hold it in. RJ with it, passes it up along the far boards to Caitlin. Caitlin gets around a New Richmond defender, has an option on the far side. Shot was Caitlin to Soren there. Gets a great pass and is able to bury it in the backside of the wide open net. So Flyers getting their first goal of the game here with 9:49 left in the second period. Caitlin in for the faceoff draw, wins it. Is able to get it into the New Richmond zone again. Soren up there again. Puck bounces up on top of the net. Very close to going in again, but puck deflects off the goalie's stick and lands on top of the netting. Flyers getting a burst of energy here following that goal. Caitlin wins that faceoff draw, sends it right in on net, and it's covered quickly by the goalie.
Score update.
Score is 7-1. New Richmond leads. 9-10 with the clock running here. Remaining in the second period, New Richmond wins that faceoff draw, sends it around the near boards, and they'll clear their own zone to center. RJ pinches along the blue line. It's going to be offside here against New Richmond. It's like Drew in for the face-off draw, wins it back to Grace. Grace will take it, skate it towards the far board, loses it off her stick though. The shot in on Avery comes loose, cleared out of the crease though by, I believe it's Warner. Warner and a New Richmond player battling in the near corner for the puck. Puck held in to the zone by New Richmond. They'll send it in behind the net. Grace grabs it and will start up the far boards with it. New Richmond stops the exit attempt there at the blue line, gets a pass across, played off a skate, And Grace comes back in and knocks it into the near boards. Pass up, finds Drew. 2-on-1 developing as Drew and Adrian back, but Drew loses it. And New Richmond now back towards the Flyers end. RJ
Yeah, buddy.
and Warner back on defense. Pass across, misses its intended mark, and Warner will pick it up in the near corner.
Good job.
Pass up the near board. Doesn't connect, and New Richmond will start it back down the ice. New Richmond into the Flyers end. Gets the puck, top of the slot, bounce off the crossbar. Comes back out front. And New Richmond will continue to try and control it.
James falls on it.
There you go. No, Sean, go with it.
Puck played around the near boards. New Richmond comes out with it into the near corner, centers one, goes across the crease all the way to the far wall. It looks like Adrian will grab it up. Penalty upcoming to RJ, looks like for roughing. So 6:42 remaining in the second period. Score 7-1. New Richmond leads. And the Flyers will go on its first penalty kill of the game. Face-off won by New Richmond. Quick shot on net. It's deflected out front by Leander. Leander attempted to clear, but Richmond holds it in.
That's not surprising.
New Richmond still holds it in. Another clearing attempt up the near boards. And now Flyers that start out. It's like Jace Barber down into the New Richmond zone. Loses it. Flyers still putting on some pressure, though. Shorthanded with a minute left on the penalty kill. Score is 7-1, New Richmond. 50 seconds remaining in the penalty. Flyers doing a pretty good job holding it down in the New Richmond end, but that one's going to be offside as Simonson tries to throw it back into the New Richmond zone. So quick line change, and Caitlin will come out to take the face-off draw with Soren, Warner, and Grace. And Warner will knock it off their stick, get it back to Caitlin. Caitlin walks in, takes a shot, blocked off the stick of the goalie, and Caitlin continues to pressure New Richmond as they try to exit their own zone. They'll push the puck to center. Grace grabs it, throws it back down the ice. Just the far side of the red line, so they're going to call icing. 5:11 now remaining. Score remains 7-1, New Richmond. Face off to the right of Avery.
They should stop the clock now.
He's in the box until the Germans.
Tell the ref, not us.
What was so confusion? Yes. Stop the clock!
All right, lots of confusion about how a penalty expires when there's a running clock. But now we're down to about 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Puck comes out of the Flyer zone. Luke trying to gain control. Puck goes into the Flyers' end. Caitlin will clear it out to center. New Richmond plays it over along the far boards. Grace grabs it. Loses it off her stick as she goes for a chain. New Richmond back into the Flyers zone. Shot goes up off a defender stick and then hits the top of the goal and goes over the goal. 3 minutes left. Luke chasing the puck now along the far boards. He'll clear it down, but it's going to be an icing. Shot in on Avery, rebound, comes out and gets shoved into the near corner. Another shot, bounces off the hand of a New Richmond player on the far side. C heads towards the bench. New Richmond with another shot, near circle. Avery blocks it, and Drew will take possession of it as he tries to clear it out of the zone. Held in by New Richmond. Top of the far circle. Shot goes wide or goes up over the net. Puck battle along the near boards. And New Richmond's going to come out with it there.
Job, Evan.
Deflected up to the top of the slot, sent back down deep. Puck is passed behind Avery and net there. Clearing attempt will make it out to center ice. Turned around quickly by New Richmond and back into the Flyers' end. Looks like Drew with it. Drew will skate through center with it. Has two New Richmond defenders back, and it's knocked off his stick just inside the blue line. Adrian sends it back in. New Richmond will control it and clear it out to center. 1 minute remaining in the second period. Scores remain 7-1 New Richmond. New Richmond gets a shot off from the middle of the far circle, sticked away by Avery. RJ's going to clear it down the near boards. So New Richmond D-to-D pass inside their own zone. And Flyers had it for a second. 35 seconds remaining now. Puck being moved back and forth along the near boards between the blue line and the red line. Puck makes it into the Flyers end. Top of the far circle, shot attempt gets blocked down by Evan. RJ will grab it. 13 seconds now. Puck still being passed around behind the cage. And 6 seconds. They switch sides. Avery will cover it. That will expire the second period as time runs out. So at the end of 2, scores 7-1, New Richmond leading.
It's right here. That's great. Thank you. It's fine. My scoreboard isn't working, but otherwise the audio's fine and the video's fine. It's a separate piece of software. So I feel like every time I stream, something doesn't work in Crosse. I got the audio to work, video's working, scoreboard's working. It's whatever. It's fine. It's whatever.
So start of the third period, we'll see Jace Barber taking the face-off draw with Simonson and Leander as forwards, Grace and Warner out on D. New Richmond will control it off the face-off. And they send it down in behind the Flyers net. Warner back there to grab it, sends it along the far boards up to Leander. Leander, clearing attempt held in by New Richmond.
Why?
Puck deflected around there, but goes wide off the stick of Grace. Grace with it now. Up the near boards, has the puck taken off her stick. New Richmond tied up at the blue line, but able to get into the Flyers' end. Shot blocker down by Avery. Leander grabbing it in the far corner. New Richmond centers one, comes bouncing loose, and RJ will pick it up. RJ at the near side has just one defender. Cuts to the middle of the ice, shoots, bounces off the goalie.
Buddy.
Manages to stay out as New Richmond comes to the aid of their goalie and gets the puck under their control. New Richmond into the Flyers zone. He's going to get a tripping call here as RJ got a stick her leg in front of one of the New Richmond players. He goes down to the ice. Play continued as they had it, and they end up scoring, so there should be no resulting penalty time on the clock there. New Richmond player gets up and skates off on his own. I think the tripping penalty to RJ will be negated by the goal that New Richmond scored there at the end. There'll be 13:41 left in the third with a score of 8-1.
I'm really confused right now. Like,
So there was a penalty called against RJ for tripping, but before the whistle blew and play stopped, they scored. So
sure.
So it still stays 5-on-5. They get credited with the goal. Shot there, blocked away by Avery. Another shot off of Avery's pads and goes to the far boards. Leander over there along the far wall. Challenged by a New Richmond player. Evan Brin in the near corner. New Richmond comes away with it. Puck in the near corner, rebounds loose, and I think Evan was able to get a stick in there to knock it out of the way. Bouncing puck all over the place and ends up in the back of the Flyers net.
26 scram. Most recent New Richmond goal scored by number 88. Houston Law.
That face-off is won back by New Richmond, although Soren picks it up and skates it into the New Richmond zone. Takes a shot, bounces up over the goalie's head, and goes over the net. New Richmond clears their own zone here, has Grace and Warner back on defense. That pass goes long and will go into the far corner. Warner continues to chase after. Puck bounces off some feet in the slot, and Soren will come out with it now. New Richmond turns it back around. Warner pressuring into the far corner. Gives it up. Caitlin grabs it. Up to Soren. And now to Caitlin. Caitlin over to Soren. 3-on-2 opportunity here if they stay on side. But it's going to be offside as one flyer gets in just before the puck. 11:50 remaining here in the third period. New Richmond ahead 9-1. Clock continues to run. Drew in for the faceoff draw, but New Richmond will win it back. D-to-D pass, and they clear their own zone. Evan challenges at the Flyers' blue line, but New Richmond will get it in. Drew picks it up. Loses it off his stick, and New Richmond will gather it again on the near boards. Skates top of the circle, and puck deflects off a couple bodies out front. RJ attempts to clear, hits a body. New Richmond with a shot. Avery loses a stick behind the net. And now Flyers will clear it down into the New Richmond end.
What's our penalty now?
All right, puck's played in the neutral zone, picked up by New Richmond, shot from top of the near circle, blocker down by Avery. Centering feed goes all the way up to the far point. New Richmond trying to get a shot in on goal, but gets blocked away. Avery sticks that one away. Puck held in by New Richmond at the blue line. Top of the slot shot. Rebounds loose. Second shot goes boards. New Richmond picks it up. Puck comes out to center. And they clear it out of the zone as Drew picks it up, skates it into the New Richmond zone, backhand shot, and it gets deflected by a New Richmond defender, bounces off the back glass wall. New Richmond through center ice into the Flyers. Couple passes here. Shot gets deflected away. Rebound. Second rebound goes in. Nine 9:23 left here in the third period. New Richmond up 10-1. New Richmond controls it, but play it up. Where Grace is able to get it up to James Barber. Barber into the New Richmond zone. Loses it off of his stick, and New Richmond will gather it down in their own end. New Richmond passing behind their own net. Comes up along the near boards. Held, well, not held in the zone, so it'll be offside. All right, puck bounces around the blue line inside the New Richmond zone momentarily, but now New Richmond into the Flyers end with it. Jace Barber picks it up, skates it along the near side, has three white jerseys in front of him, gets around one, and loses it as he tries to get around the second. New Richmond now along the far boards, able to get it out of their own zone, but it's pushed back in by Leander. Puck continues to bounce around in front of the New Richmond bench. And New Richmond will send it down in behind Avery. RJ back to gather it. 7:45 remaining in the period. Puck comes up to the far point, and Jace Barber will get it out. He's tied up, and a penalty is going to come up against New Richmond as they touch the puck for holding. So Flyers looking to get their first power play opportunity with 7:30 here in the third period. Caitlin in for the face-off draw. Puck's wanting control, though, by New Richmond. Great, able to hold it in at the blue line. Caitlin with it, bounces off a punch. Shot is on net, goes loose to the far side of the crease. Puck comes out as Warner's just barely unable to hold it in. New
Good job,
Richmond
Grace.
in for the Flyers zone. Puck gets sent down to the New Richmond side. 7 minutes remaining in the period. 1 minute left on the power play opportunity. Clearing chance there gets partially blocked by Caitlin, but now New Richmond gets it out to center. Caitlin continues to pressure and will regain control of it down in the Flyers end. Pass up to Soren. Puck knocked off Soren's stick. Caitlin grabs it, gets it to center. It's going to be offside, though, as New Richmond tried playing it back into the Flyers end. 10-1 score here in lacrosse. Got just about 6 minutes remaining in the game. Flyers win that face-off. Colton pressuring. He'll send it down into the New Richmond zone as the puck slides all the way around to the far corner. Jace Barber back to gather it. RJ with it, center ice. Gets it up to Drew. Drew lobs it into the New Richmond zone. And now New Richmond controls it behind their own net. New Richmond starts out of their own zone through center ice, gets a pass up. RJ back on defense, gets a stick on the puck, and is able to clear it out of the zone. New Richmond needs to reset as they've got a player deep down in the Flyer zone. 5:15 remaining in the game. That puck's going to get sent down into the far corner by New Richmond for an icing. 5 minutes remain. Score is still 10. New Richmond 1, Ames Flyers. Both teams back at full strength. Puck drop. Caitlin skates around the center iceman and gets a shot in towards the net. Stuck on the side of the net, it appears. And the ref will blow it dead. So face-off comes back to the left of the New Richmond goalie. Caitlin in again for the face-off draw. Caitlin and gets it pushed towards the New Richmond net, but it's cut off by a couple of the New Richmond defenders, and they will try and get it out of their own zone, which they're able to do. Puck goes down into the near corner, and it looks like Grace is going to get called for checking in the near corner. So with 3:51 left, Flyers go shorthanded again. Face-off will be to the right. Avery. It's like Caitlin out for the face-off draw. Evan and RJ on defense. Puck gets shot on Avery right off the face-off draw, and he'll stick it to the far boards. Caitlin now gets tripped up and will go up even as just a few seconds into this, New Richmond will take a penalty. So 4-on-4 play for the next minute, 18 seconds. And the Flyers will get about 12 seconds of a power play opportunity. Faceoff goes down to the right of New Richmond. Faceoff one back by Caitlin. Evan tries to take a shot, but it gets blocked out front. New Richmond unable to clear on the first attempt. And second attempt, they will get it out to center ice. Pass back to RJ. RJ's going to skate back behind the Flyers net. Sends a pass up to Caitlin, but it's a little bit too far. And New Richmond will gather it at their own blue line. 50 seconds remaining in the penalty to Grace as Caitlin carries it into the New Richmond zone. Takes a shot, goes wide, or was going wide, but it bounced off a goalie's stick and squirted loose. New Richmond controls it along their own near boards.
Good job, Adrian.
Adrian able to pull the puck off a New Richmond player, sends it to the far corner. And the puck's going to come out of the zone. Evan's going to have to hold on to it as players are trying to clear. And he sends it in just before the Flyers clear the zone. Clocks continue to run, so 10 seconds here. The penalty to Grace will expire. Get about 12 seconds of a power play opportunity before the New Richmond player comes back out. So there's the expiration of our penalty. Grace re-enters the ice, goes for a line change, and looks like blue comes out. A whistle there, so New Richmond will come out once the puck drops. Two minutes remaining in the game. Score remains 10-1 as the puck drops. Both teams back at full strength. 1:45 remains.
There it is. There it is. There it went. It's all right. Set it up.
New Richmond clears the puck out of their zone up to an awaiting player at center ice. Avery out to challenge. Backhand shot blocked by Avery. And puck is sent up now by the Flyers. Avery once again being praised by the announcer. 1 minute remaining in the game. Clearing attempt cut off right at the goal line. New Richmond with it behind Avery in net. 50 seconds remain. Flyers able to clear it out to center ice. 45 seconds remain. That puck looked offside, but they're going to let it continue. Blockered away by Avery on a shot attempt from the middle of the far circle. Held in by New Richmond. Cleared. They're going to continue to let that one play as well as another shot attempt gets blocked out front by Colton. Another block by Colton out front. And that third attempt will finally go in past Avery. So with 18 seconds left, I guess they'll stop the clock and have a face-off at center ice. Score 11-1. Last minute shot attempt there, I think from Soren, goes wide of the net. It's loose out front. 5 seconds remaining. Caitlin's got it. Time for one more shot, maybe. Takes a shot at the horn, and it's blocked by the New Richmond goalie. So the game will end with a score of 11-1. Tomorrow morning, next game will be at 7:45 a.m. So set your alarms. Wake up early.